All right, you ready? I'm ready. Big dog back here. MmaTape. Y'all can read this. Pause the video. These are the things I say in every video, and I'm tired of saying them. So read that. It is important. Kamaka, Dakota Hope. So I wanted to get a good understanding of how Kamaka fights because I already know that I like him. He's made me money before. So when I'm that biased, like I want to hold on, let's slow it down. Let's understand why we like him. I saw like a good 7 fights, like his first 4 UFC fights. Then when he fought in Bellator, then when he fought in PFL, then when he fought in Tough Enough, and now he's coming back to the UFC. This guy has a ton of experience, and I got a good understanding who he is. He's a striker, a very good one at that. Some fights he seemed very high volume. Other fights he seemed to wait a little too much and get going too late. He's a typical guy who goes to close decisions all the time. Split decisions, close decisions. And, I mean, he does have a few knockouts, not a lot. His last fight when he got in Tough Enough and he got another shot back at the UFC was a round 3 KO. If you can bet in any sports book for somebody to have an eye poke, bet it. Because Kamaka loves poking guys in the eye. He always has his hands out. It's annoying. And he's like cup checking people. I don't say he's a dirty fighter because I don't really believe that. But I do think that he has to clean up some things. But his striking is very clean and crisp. He has a lot of kicks to the body, head kicks, leg kicks. His kicking game is good, as you can see here in number 8. I got him at a 4 out of 5. Good chin durability. He got TKO'd in the UFC by Jonathan Pierce, but that was in the ground. Jonathan Pierce kept taking him down over and over again, and it was working. Eventually, he got him in a position, kind of like what's his name? Joe Pyfer just got Israel Adesanya, that position where you're stuck. You can't move, you can't get out. And the guy just from the top position just starts hammering away. Jonathan Pierce did that to him. That is a clear path to beat Kamaka, is if you're a persistent grappler. Keep that in mind. Otherwise, on the feet, Kai's good late. I saw him in his UFC debut get tired and his cardio seemed to affect him, and then his defense went away round 3. I think that was UFC debut. But the point is, I have seen him do that, but then I've seen him other fights. Round 3, he looks good, and he's coming for you. It's like he kind of doing his best Joshua Van impersonation, where he's just getting better as the fight goes on, and like Charles Johnson type of guys. Yeah, he just keeps getting better and better. So it just depends, styles make the fights. I don't think he has a ton of power, but I think when he gets you in trouble up against the fence, he just starts slinging some crazy bombs to the body, to the head, and he can hurt you. So his power, I didn't rate it very high, but he can do damage. And I think that's one of his weaknesses, that because he doesn't have a lot of power, he clips guys a lot. He wins almost every round 1. I know I say he gets better as the fight goes, but I guess I don't really mean that. It just depends, because I've seen him do both in different fights. So I'll take that back. I don't say he gets better as the fight goes. He knows how to turn it on round 3 is a better way to say that. Because I'll be honest, he wins a lot of round 1s. He really does. He looks hard to hit round 1. And then he's coming and clipping you. I guess I've just seen him be a little low volume, so that's annoying. But his counter ability is on point. He's coming at you. Yeah, he looks really good round 1. Yeah, so his striking looks clean, and it looks really good. But he doesn't finish guys, so he allows guys to get back in the fight. That's the point I was trying to make. That's the real point. He lets guys get back in the fights, and he's like infamous for dropping round 2s, is really what it is. Because he's just like letting guys get into the fight, man. I don't know how else to say that, because he doesn't finish them. And now he's getting tired, and he's kind of pushing the pace sometimes that it's hard to keep up. And guys inch back at him and clip him in the face. And then as he gets tired, his defense kind of wanes, and he's hittable because he's in there. He wants to punch you, bro. He's coming at you, and he's leaving his chin kind of out, and he gets hit. I do like grappling. He's constantly wrestling. He's constantly attempting takedowns. His takedowns are not that effective. See here, I put a 2 because he ends up in that annoying, boring position up against the fence, trying to bring you down, and it never does. Trying single legs, trying double legs, and trying to bring you down to the ground, and then it doesn't work, and he's there for 2 minutes, and he's just been on the cage. It's really annoying. But other fights, he does get it to the ground. And then when he's on the ground, yeah, he has decent control, and his ground to pound ain't too bad either. I gave him 3s across the board for that. So it looks good. I haven't seen many people try to submit him. I guess Jonathan Pierce did, and he defended that, even though he got TKO. So his submission defense is good. Cardio, I gave it just a 3. Grit, 3. I think he's good, but in that grit factor, but sometimes, good fight IQ because he understands when he needs to grapple. He understands when he's losing and he needs to go for the finish. He understands when he needs to do it. So I had to give my man a 4 in the fight IQ. What type of fighter beats Kai Kamaka? A really good striker who stays in there and eventually breaks him because you keep Kai keeps coming, and if he don't, Kai is a good hammer but not a good nail. There we go. So if he sees that if round 1 pass and you're still there and you keep going and he starts to win a little bit, maybe he's getting a little tired, and he's like, damn, this guy won't go down, he won't stop, then you just keep going and going. You can kind of break him, and he starts going backwards, and his volume starts dropping. That's how you can beat him on the feet. And you better have wrestling because he will try to test you in the wrestling if he sees that he's starting to lose the fight on the feet. The other person to beat him is what Jonathan Pierce did. Be a relentless grappler, and you can keep taking him down and mess with him on the ground. I'm so glad I remember this. Kai Kamaka loves to give up his back. If he's ever facing a really high-level grappler with good jiu-jitsu, he's in a lot of trouble because he doesn't like to be on his back, which is a good thing. I put here off his back a 2, get up ability 3. 3, why? Because he doesn't want to stay there. He does get up, but he loves giving his back to do it and then trying to run to the cage. Somebody's going to catch him and choke him out. He got to stop doing that. So keep that in mind when he's facing a high-level grappler with jiu-jitsu. Dude, Kai, stop giving up your back if you watch this video, Kai. All right. See, I had a lot to say about Kai because I saw too many fights. Great speed in the striking, yes. Okay, Dakota Hope. Dakota's a striker. I only saw 2 fights of Dakota Hope, but I need to move on and keep going, so I'm not going to watch a 3rd fight. I'll just move on to the next fighter and watch Dakota live. Dakota has immense power. I gave him a 5. Anybody he hits cleanly is probably going down. So Kai needs to be careful, but Kai has shown durability, and he's been hit a lot, so we'll see where that goes. But Dakota's always live for a knockout. I mean, he just is. He's big, strong, very strong man. Striker, I put him a 4, although the more I saw this Nelson fight where it went to decision, I believe. I don't think he knocked him out. I'm forgetting. Did he just knock him out? What did he do? No, I think it went decision. But anyway, in that fight with Nelson, you could see how his striking needs work. He has a hard time trying to catch you because he's throwing a lot of like heavy, these big, wide hooks. But man, he does do that whole thing where, all right, he misses it, but his footwork, he keeps coming forward. So eventually he clips you anyway. So you still got to be careful, but he does miss a lot. But he makes sure that he still lands because he just like charges at you. And eventually some of them land. He does have a jab. I'm not saying he doesn't have a jab, but he does throw a lot of hooks. And if they land, they hurt. But if not, he's missing, and then he can get countered, and he can be wrestled. I saw him doing the same thing Kai does, where he's like, okay, so let's wrestle. And then he brings people up against the fence, and he's trying to bring them down. And he's a really strong guy, so as people are trying to wrestle him, they struggle because he's stronger. And I think that might happen in this fight. I think we're going to get a more of a stand-up fight because Dakota's real strong, and he doesn't dedicate. His takedowns aren't great, and he doesn't like commit to it. Kai's takedowns aren't great; they don't commit to it. I think they're gonna offset in the wrestling, and then be on the feet. And on the feet, Kai is gonna be the better striker, the faster striker, and he has that volume. But the power is gonna be Dakota. So every time Dakota catches him, the judges are gonna feel it. So I think this has the writings on the wall for another split decision fight by Kai Kamaka. And he probably wins the fight, but who knows? I'd be interested to see if, because Dakota's so strong, he can have success in the wrestling. If he commits to it, because we already talked about Kai can be controlled and taken down multiple times. He does his takedowns not great. So, yeah, this fight can go either way, guys. That's the reality of the matter. It really can. So I say we need to see more information on Dakota. You see here, I don't have too much on Dakota. I think I need to start changing this from sum to average, because I don't always have all the information on these guys. So I'm going to get a lot of like crazy stuff. See, 3.4 for Dakota there. Slightly better averages, but a lot of empty fields here because I need to see. I need to see what he does. Striking speed 3. Yeah, it's there. I'm recording a video. All right, so yeah, Kai got a lot of kicks too. I think Kai can pick Dakota apart. I think he could do it. So I'm leaning Kai decision, but his chin will get tested and his wrestling will get tested. If the chin passes the test and he keeps it on the feet, I think he can slide away with a win. Oh, I wanted to talk about Dakota's chin because I was gonna say Dakota is a good bet. So let's go back here. Dakota tier 4 tough guys versus tough guys. Kai Kamaka. Kai K. For the plus 5.5, let's be honest, it's a Kai fight. So every Kai fight, because he loves decisions and close ones, you might as well sprinkle on the dog if he's halfway decent. So that's what I'm doing there. However, I'm a little concerned that this Nelson fight, Hope did not look good in that round 2 where he got clipped, he got dropped, and then after he recovered, he ended up on the ground again, and then as he was like trying not to get hit, he stood on the ground. He looked like he didn't want to get back up. He was tired and hurt. And when Kai smells blood, he does go for it. So it's not like a lock that Hope can't get finished if he's having a bad night. Especially the fact that Kai's used to round 3 wars. Hope is a little more like killing a lot of people in the earlier rounds. So, but hey, look, Hope survived and he looked good round 3. I mean, I have to admit, he did look fine round 3 versus Nelson. So, we'll see what's up. But yeah, these guys are decent plays for the plus 5.5. I'm not putting Kai in the Gambler Player of the Week. He's just too decision based. He's probably up on a tier 4. This is how I make my tickets, guys. This is how I make my tickets. All right. Yo, if this was helpful to you, like the video, comment. I forgot where in the world I was. I was over here, right? Comment. Subscribe if you're new. Turn the post notifications on. And if you're interested in my Discord, everything is free there, but you get my picks. Just ask below. I'm tired, but I am so ready to break down more fights. I'm out, yo. Peace.